The tension and excitement of the first few dates with Alex were the stuff of fairy tales. From curated playlists for long drives to surprising me with my favorite flowers on random Wednesdays, he seemed to know all the right moves. Our story began during a summer evening when the world was gold beneath the sun's departure. I was running late for a friend's party, and in my rushed chaos, collided with someone at the doorway, sending each of our drinks airborne. "Sorry," I exclaimed, reaching for napkins but freezing when I looked up into the warm hazel eyes of my future entanglement. "No worries," he laughed, his easy smile crinkling his sun-kissed face. "A mutual disaster like this deserves a drink. On me." The ensuing evening was a montage of laughter, chemistry, and the undeniable spark of something boundless. We regaled each other with tales of travel mishaps and dream destinations, creating worlds in between the dance sets and ambient light of the house party. As dusk slipped into the midnight black, I was already entranced. A month in, however, the shine of those spontaneous moments began to dull. His messages became sporadic, with responses flooding back hours, sometimes days later. There was always a reason: work, his ailing grandmother, a broken phone. My friends started arching skeptical eyebrows, planting seeds of doubt I tried so hard to dismiss. One evening, as I sat waiting outside the bistro where we had planned to meet, I stared at my reflection in the window. Gone was the carefree excitement, replaced with nodding anxiety. When Alex arrived, his apology bore the same spontaneity that had once felt thrilling, but now felt rehearsed. Our conversations turned sharper, playful banter replaced with thinly veiled digs that hurt more than either had intended. "I could use a little less mystery and a bit more reliability, you know?" I'd say, feeling braver as he seemed more distant. "Adventure is great, Alex, but not when it leaves me doubting." The night everything came undone still twists my heart. Scheduled for dinner at his place, I was apprehensive yet hopeful. He had recently started these intimate at-home dinners, promising they were a surprise to set things right. Suspense hung in the air as I approached his apartment, excitement mixed with a familiar dread. The door was ajar. I knocked lightly, stepping inside with a hesitant, "Hello?" The hallway was dimly lit, hinting at a romantic ambiance. But when I turned the corner, my gut plummeted into an icy freefall. There, in the soft glow of the dining room, Alex stood with someone else, a woman wrapped in his arms as he whispered sweetly into her ear. My world spun, a cacophony of betrayal and fury. This was the surprise? I managed, voice barely more than a choking whisper. Alex's eyes shot to mine, wide with horror but more tellingly, a trace of guilt. He stammered an explanation, something about an old friend he was helping in the city, too close for comfort due to circumstances, but his words were drowned out by the rising tide of my heartbreak. I fled, not wanting to hear another justification. What followed was a tempest of emotions, the painful unraveling of trust, and yet a stubborn resilience I never knew I possessed. In the weeks that followed, I found solace in friends who rallied around, and slowly, the dawn broke through the storm clouds. Life moved on, as did I, slowly at first and then all at once. The twist, however, came months later when a common friend inadvertently revealed the true nature of Alex's friend. She was indeed as much a part of Alex's life as I had been. The shock of this revelation was like lightning, sudden and blinding. I realized I had been merely a subplot in someone else's story, a secondary character in an emotionally tangled web. And in acknowledging this painful truth, I finally freed myself.